Get to some of them. LSU falls tonight 42-21 in Lexington. That is the biggest win for Kentucky at home since, I want to say, like the 90s in the SEC. LSU is embarrassed on national television tonight as Kentucky beats them by 3 scores, 42-21, on a night where LSU just never – it was a terrible start from the jump, opening drive. Johnson and the crew get going, fumble the ball. We'll talk about it all. It's good to see everybody, Ro. It's good to see you. Another day of Ro just cooking up some delicious eats over here at the UDL. We were eating like kings and queens all day. Compliments of Ro. We were eating seafood. We were eating poultry. We were eating meat. We were eating it all over here at the Jordy Culotta show. On a great day of college football, but a very depressing day for LSU. As, man, where do you start, Ro? Good to see you, brother.
Oh, man, always a pleasure, my friend. Oh, man. Where do you think I'm going to start? Ed Orgeron. That's where it starts. Starts at the top. You heard a press conference from him earlier in the week, and he came out and said, starts with me. I take full responsibility, and it starts with me. And so, starts with him. These guys weren't ready. These guys came out and played uninspired. Offensively, we tried to get the running game going a little bit, ran for over a buck, but still still can't push the ball down the field. Still can, no innovation, still. No screens, still. Just a very, very lackluster effort on the part of the offensive coordinator, the head coach. It just was not the effort you think that you would have anticipated having from these guys coming out. And not just the effort, but the game plan coming out of what we just came off of. So just very disappointed in the effort from the coaches.
Yeah, all in all, I thought it was just – here's the deal. It's Orgeron, you can tell, has totally lost the team because everything that he tells you that they are going to improve on, they look worse. Now, I know that the play was getting in on time tonight, but
they got better.
But the offensive game plan, the ability to devise something that is even a threat to Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky controlled that game from the opening snap all the way up until the end. And, I mean, the defensive breakdown from LSU tonight where they're just getting shoved 5, 6, 7 yards off the ball, man. I mean, it was just it was an ass kicking.
No, Kentucky were 100 times more physical than we were. And they definitely, besides from the opening start of the football game, where LSU had the first downs and got the midfield and then, ended up doing what they did. That was the only time throughout the course of the football game that they tried and actually moved and actually had some kind of inspiration to play football. Other than that, man, the entire rest of the football game, Kentucky absolutely dared and knew what we wanted to do offensively as far as the short passing game, the intermediate passing game. And then you saw them come up and actually dare you to throw it over the top.
Yeah.
And when that happened, we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And that's been our crutch, and it's going to continue to be our crutch. I actually think that at the beginning of the game that the offensive line played well.
Yeah.
They gave him some protection. It was time to throw the football. I actually sat there and counted on 3 occasions when he had more than 4 seconds to throw the football. So they had time. But then when you go from the wide angle of the replay of the game, you see that just from the design of the play itself, guys aren't playing in space. Guys are Velcro to each other. Yeah. There's nobody open. You know, and whether it's design or guys shortening the routes and not running the proper depth, whatever it may be, but offensively, man, we took some steps back tonight.
Yeah, they did. They regressed for sure offensively. I mean, the routes looked long. They didn't look like it was near the line of scrimmage. Nothing was quick, and I mean, every throw seemed.
But
just
they were
hard.
quick at the beginning of the game. They were quick in the first 2 series. You see him hit Booty for the first down. Then you see him hit him for another one on a little dig route that ended up about 12 yards. Everything was like 12 and down, 6 and up in that range. And they started out fast. And we just went away from it. I didn't see any more of that. And when we did do it throughout the course of the football game a couple times, we were successful. So it's the same thing. It goes back to what's our identity. We definitely made an effort to try to run the football, and we ran the football.
Yeah, they ran it okay.
I mean, okay, definitely better than what we have in the previous
all year.
To keep it honest, we kept it honest. We definitely kept it honest.
The game was over.
Ty Davis-Price, 22 carries, 147, 2 scores. Armani Goodwin had 4 carries for 18. Corey Connor had 4 for 5. They ran the ball all in all for 147 yards tonight and 2 touchdowns. Obviously, TDP getting the bulk of that. So,
yeah.
Look, they were trying to do it. They were trying to establish the run. Their lack of creativity and play calling really was on display tonight. Also, one thing that you got to give credit to, and look, I'm not saying that LSU was really in here playing at their top of competition, but Kentucky is a good team. Kentucky and Georgia next week is going to be interesting just because of the way Kentucky plays on the line of scrimmage. Their offensive line, I mean, I know LSU is a weak opponent to look at and give analysis on, but they were driving LSU off the ball 3, 4, 5 yards off the line of scrimmage on the offensive line. I mean, LSU,
I'll be honest with you,
their point of contact was 2.5 yards down the field.
Man, that was getting blown up the ball, man. I'll be honest with you, though, dog. Kentucky might keep it interesting.
Yeah, I know what you're about to say.
Georgia?
They're so legit.
Georgia's front is legitimate with anybody in the country.
Oh, he dropped it.
You understand me?
Yeah.
So I expect them to hang in there with them, but I totally expect Georgia to win that football game and win that football game convincingly. Yeah. This effort that LSU put on the field tonight, in this situation, it's almost like, if you knew, and just like we talked about, if you hear grumblings and barkings and everything like that, and you hear what's on the line, and you know that, hey, man, your coach could possibly, get fired after this game, or, this is a pivotal game and things of that nature. Well, let me tell you something. Those guys out there tonight, I've been in those situations. I've been in that situation, Coach Jerry D, where guys know that, hey, it's grumblings and things of that nature, and you know that a coach could be going. And guys, you either are one or two things. You're either happy,
right?
Because you're like, man, I want him up out of here. We want a fresh beginning. I want a new start. You know what I mean? Or you're like, no, I'm gonna go out here. Yeah, I'm gonna go out here and ball out for him and try to change the narrative and, try to get him another game. You know what I mean? That type of thing. And what you saw out there tonight from that effort was
get him out of here.
The latter. I mean, like, we don't this and that. We're not about to run through no wall.
Yeah.
We're not about to do no extra sprints. We ain't about to do none of that. We need a new leader.
They've quit on him. I mean, the best way to describe it is that, and it's, I'm not accusing of LSU football players of being quitters. I'm saying that they have lost all faith in their leader, and for that, they're not inspired. They're not energetic to play, and they're not prepared. And I'm not putting.
Well, I think the best way to put it, or not the best way. Well, one way you could put it for me is just that, you don't. It's just like you put it when you say lost faith and everything. You come to a school and you come to a university based on what you're being told and what you're being sold by the people that are in front of you the most. And when you're recruiting an athlete, that is the coaches. That is whoever that is assigned to your area, your region to recruit you. So you believe and you go after them. When your mama want information, they call him. When you need information, they call that individual that's been recruiting you for years.
Yeah.
And so that's what you get. You have that, and you have that faith and that believe in that. Well, these guys no longer are drinking that Kool-Aid. These guys are no longer having that faith and that belief, and it's solely for one reason. And that's because they have not been showed that by the person that they put their faith into, which is the head man. And when you lose faith in whether it's you think a guy has the best interest, whether you think a guy has, whatever his motivation is to lead this program, or whatever your motivation is to win, whatever it is. And so these guys these players are smart, man. These guys are smart and very intelligent. And there's this thing called social media and all these media outlets now that these guys are on and a part of, and they see everything that goes on. So when they see certain things and it's focused on your coach and your head coach, well, now these guys also speculate, and now they start to think and they start to wonder. So, when it's that, you lose all respect and you lose just the faith in whether this guy has our best interest in winning these football games.
O was always preached blocking out the noise. Was that just impossible this week? Like there was no chance?
Nah, I don't think you could block out the noise. I think you block it out when you get on the football field. Yeah. When you get on the football field, that's a sanctuary. You block all that out. But I think that when you're going through the week,
the practice week,
these guys absolutely hear it and go through the media and all that stuff like that. So now you can't block that out. It's too much noise. Some noise you can't block out.
So what happens next for LSU football is the $17 million question that I believe everybody is asking, because it does feel like it's imminent that the future of Ed Orgeron is not going to be in Baton Rouge as the leader of the LSU football program, and it looks like those days are coming sooner rather than later. People have speculated and asked, do they believe it could happen tonight or in the next 24 hours? I actually do. I think that this is something that, and we've talked about this the last couple of days, I think Steve Ensminger, you see him back around a lot more because they don't have anybody on staff that they would trust to turn it over to. So Ensminger kind of makes the most sense that you bring in.
And not only that, he doesn't want anything.
Yeah.
He's not going
to
want
to
fall back into the trap.
There's no end game for him.
All he wants to do is hold the ship steady until y'all get it straight.
Park it as safe as possible.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And listen, man, this isn't something that you wait on. This thing here happens
now.
This happens whenever Scott and those guys make up their mind and say, okay, this is what we're doing. And then you go out and you start this search and you make it a diligent process. You make this process involve with whoever needs to be involved to get this right, because this has to get right. You know what I mean? This is a very this hire coming up is going to be one of the most important hires in the history of LSU football. So we're going to have to get this right.
Do you not think that? How does he approach this? Because do you think he has Scott Woodward? Do you think he has his guy lined up now, or do you wait to make?
I think he's got a list.
I think he's
been having a list for about 3 weeks.
I think he has a list. I don't think he has.
But how do you approach that?
I'm sure they have. Well, you're gonna go with definitely
because he's not gonna make a move until he has a guy.
Well, you're gonna have to go out and get somebody that's respected with their football mind. Knows the SEC.
Not a character.
You're going to have to go out and get somebody that's respected, first off. Then you're going to have to go out and get somebody that has some form of credibility when it comes to recruiting, when it comes to knowing the pulse of these new athletes. You have new athletes now. These athletes now, you have to coach them different. You have to talk to them different. You have to get somebody that knows the pulse on that. That's not an old school guy that's trying to push his ways, because it's totally different now. And most importantly, you got to get somebody that knows. Well, not most important. One of the other things, you got to get somebody that knows the SEC.
Yeah.
That knows Louisiana, because the recruiting class is
have to know the SEC.
Absolutely. Well, I think that you don't necessarily have to have the Louisiana tie as the head coach. I mean,
obviously you don't.
But you need to have somebody on staff who can absolutely get into New Orleans and get in and recruit South Louisiana. But
absolutely.
I think that Scott Woodward has been planning for this
absolutely
since he took the job. Even when he signed Orgeron to an extension, knowing that 2019 is when he saw him, when he met him, when he saw all the stuff, and it was really kind of as he had his hands tied. Now, we can debate the number of years of extension and the money on the deal, but I think that Scott Woodward ultimately knew that Orgeron was not the long-term answer for LSU football, and he was going to have to make a hire sooner rather than later at some point. And his career, his tenure, his reign as the athletic director at LSU was going to be judged by all of that. Kim Mulkey could win 5 national championships. Jay Johnson could win back-to-back national championships over the next 2 years for LSU baseball.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's this one.
This is the hire.
And no disrespect to those awesome coaches.
And they understand that.
Absolutely.
They understand that their program thrives much more efficient when LSU football is under the right direction. And right now, they're dealing with a lot of bullshit because LSU football is dysfunctional and they're putting up with a lot of stuff. They want LSU football to thrive.
That's exactly right.
They are as big a fans as LSU football fans as there is.
Right.
So Scott Woodward understands that Kim Mulkey is a great hire. Jay Johnson looks like a fantastic hire. This LSU football hire is all people will talk about and judge him on.
This is his legacy.
This is it. And I believe he understands that. He's going to get it right. I mean, look at the track record. Look at Mulkey. Look at Johnson. Look at Jimbo. You look at Chris Peterson. Even look at Buzz Williams, the basketball coach at A&M. That was a big absolutely.
And Scott, I believe that's my guy. And Scott, I believe. And he knows, like you said, that man, he's a Baton Rouge guy. He's a SEC guy. He's a guy. You understand me? And he's the guy for this job, and he's the guy to go ahead and make this hire and do the right and do it the right way though. Yeah. Go about it diligently. Like I said, get the proper people involved with it. Talk to the players, man. Talk to these people that's going to be affected by the hire mostly, man, and get their pulse on what's been wrong over the last tenure, what's been wrong over this time, why did it go downhill, that type of thing, and then get the information, man, digest it, and then go out and get somebody that is going to come in here that's going to be a splash, somebody that's going to go in here and teach these kids.
I think before the season that they had enough evidence on Orgeron to move at the end of the season if there was some type of year that produced 7, 8, maybe even 9 wins. They had enough of the contract breakdown in some of the things that Orgeron has done where they can approach him and try to get as far out of this buyout as possible. They
got more than enough now.
Now with the way that the football is being displayed on the field and the gap that you are creating between the program and the recruiting class of 2022 is something that they have to act on immediately. I think that this is worst case scenario for LSU. When they sat down at the beginning of the season, they said, look, best case scenario, get through the year, see if you can't move on him after some of the football stuff. Worst case scenario is the football suffers and he is making more missteps off the field and you got to fire him in season. Right. Who are you going to hire? Who's going to be the interim? And I think that's why you've seen Steve Ensminger come back around more over the last couple of weeks because, you know, like Corey Raymond would be my choice. I think Corey Raymond would be, but Corey doesn't want it. Right. Corey doesn't.
Steve Ensminger doesn't want it.
Steve Ensminger doesn't want to have to put up with the bullshit. But you know, he's just.
Ensminger will hold it down though until and be the facilitator and do all the BS and not think twice about it. And you know, he's like that grandfather, man, that you just trust up all the kids off and do all that. He'll be fine until they find a hire and find a correct person for that job. For me, man, it's just, I mean, watching that game, not to get off track, but watching that game was like, this is Kentucky, LSU. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
it felt flipped.
It was total. I mean, I thought in my opinion, I mean, I don't know how I do know how next week's going to go. I think Kentucky's going to get their behind whooped.
Yeah, by Georgia.
But but still, it's still not a. They still have to play the game, and it's still not a knock on Kentucky to where they are and where they're going as a program, though, because the game tonight, like you talked about, Liz, that game tonight with Kentucky and LSU was kind of like Kentucky saying, "Hey, we stepping up to the
we climbing the mountain,
right? We climbing the mountain.
Y'all going the opposite way."
Exactly.
I mean, it was like
it's two ships passing in the
You were
night.
just
Like, y'all
kinda-
are going the wrong way, brother.
And look, if you saw Texas Oklahoma today, Texas Oklahoma more than likely are going to be a part of the SEC next year. And I know we can bang on them for all of their faults and all of who they are. Those cats and those programs are scoring points.
They're ascending.
Steve Sarkisian and that program look like they are headed in the right direction. Oklahoma looks like they have found their quarterback in Caleb Williams. That cat is
monster.
legit. And that's almost one of those things where you're like, what in the hell were y'all looking at?
How did y'all not do it earlier?
How is this guy not playing?
Don't listen. Spencer was balling
Can
early,
spin it.
dog. Spencer was balling. But listen, Spencer got to sit the hell down now.
It's over, man.
This young man, Lord. Man, listen.
He's got it all.
Listen. Spencer
Size.
gonna go. Spencer, how old is Spencer?
Portal.
A sophomore?
No.
Spencer gonna go in the portal.
Yeah.
Spencer gonna go in the dog.
He's draft eligible. He's a redshirt
Spencer-
But
sophomore.
he's going
could
to
go.
play. He's not going to play the rest of the year.
Spencer, Spencer got enough film though.
Yeah,
He
he's
could
got
go.
enough film out there.
But because this boy's a monster, ain't nobody taking him off the field.
Uh-oh.
This boy's a monster. No one's taking him off. Dog, you said this, dog. Alabama gonna
They're
come
coming back
and
and going
win.
to
Yeah,
win.
no doubt.
There's no doubt.
No doubt.
And Jimbo, I don't even know.
Yeah.
What,
Jimbo's like, man, this last 6:15 is going to be an
Torture.
eternity.
Yeah.
This is going to be torture. So, where would you start the next coaching search at? What name would you start with?
What's the offensive coordinator name out there in Kansas City?
Eric Bieniemy.
I go get
Eric
him.
Bieniemy.
I go get him. Listen. I don't know nothing. But I go get him. I see if the Chiefs I go see if the Chiefs will let him interview or whatever. I go see if he's interested first. And listen, he's been with the Chiefs. Great play caller
From Louisiana.
We know that Andy Reid has been giving him the reins for the last I don't know how many years. The man has a great reputation. I know they're going to talk about the stuff that he did when he was an assistant and all this. Who hasn't done something? You know what I mean? So, I think he'll be a good one to look at. I'm sure you're going to hear stuff about your boy out there at Oregon. But I would start with him, man. I go holler at him and see what's going on.
I mean, don't you think that Cristobal would be a retread? That's the same thing that
No,
you're already
stay
doing
away
right
from
now.
Cristobal.
Yeah, that's what you're doing now.
I love Eric
Bieniemy would be a
Bieniemy.
great call.
If Bieniemy is interested in college, I know he's been on he's been on like the finalist for NFL jobs the
all the
last couple of
time.
years. Yeah,
Yeah,
it felt
keep
like
playing with that boy. There's 6 right here. They keep playing with that boy.
4-1 for Bama are top 5 picks. I mean, Williams
Listen, they are electric.
and Robinson are just.
They so smooth.
Good
too, baby.
God.
So smooth.
Didn't want to transfer from Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Coach Saban go get him. boy,
And
I'm
Robinson
telling
is Robinson's a
fifth-year
senior.
senior.
Right.
Look, he's wide open. Oh, he almost underthrew him.
He
Touchdown.
did.
He did underthrow.
Touchdown.
What is Jimbo doing?
What are they doing?
Well, Jim ain't calling the defense.
Well, hell, he better get him lined up. There's nobody out there on the wide receiver.
But when you talk about coaching changes, coaching hiring, what does this thing even matter? With if Nick Saban's out there doing this, like, what do you do? Do you
matters.
go?
He ain't gonna be there forever.
I know that's what I'm saying. Do you go?
That's gonna build.
So do you go young?
We need to get. Yeah, you can go young. Get one of these. Listen.
Ain't nobody beating that.
The only person young, I don't know who was out there young. I'm gonna have to investigate
Lane
it. But
Kiffin?
if you got somebody out there like a young
46.
Joe Brady, somebody in that mold that's been co-signed or that has some resume behind them, and it don't have to be, go out and get one of those guys.
Because there's nobody flashy in the college market.
Bieniemy, I think, will be, if he's interested in college, I think he'll be
I would love to hear what he
choice.
would have to say about the availability of the LSU job, like the interest level he would have if he was truly. They got the 2. Look at that. 1 is a dog. I mean, like
Ohio State just pooping players
top
out.
5 pick type dog.
That's the one that left O State?
Yep.
Yes.
Animal. Yes, sir.
Luke Fickell from Cincinnati getting some run. He feels like just kind of a reach.
Luke?
Yeah, Billy Napier at Louisiana.
He's another one. Now, I like Nate.
Yeah.
I like Nate a lot. I like Nate. I've had a chance to spend some time with him. He's recruiting my son. I also saw him a bunch at some camps. I like Nate. He's also been on the radar of some other guy. Could have had some jobs before and some SEC jobs. So
South Carolina,
yeah.
Auburn.
So he would be a very interesting choice. He's down the block, so that he wouldn't have to go far. He's a very respected guy. Interesting. Bieniemy still my first. At least let me see what Bieniemy talking about.
It'll be interesting to see where this kind of starts and stops for LSU because.
Well, it's gonna start either tomorrow or Monday.
No, I think it's underway.
Yeah, it's gonna start tomorrow Monday.
He's been looking for a week.
I think he's been looking for longer than that.
Believe that, baby.
I mean, when he saw the UCLA antics before the game, when he saw the game in Los Angeles, he probably said, "Y'all get these wheels moving.
Send me the tapes.
Get the wheels in motion because this thing is going to get worse before it gets better."
You ain't lying. And the thing at this point, man, it's not even about, well, it should be about football and it should be about wins and losses. But I think that if you didn't have all the extracurricular stuff that's been coming out and things that hasn't really come out, I think that if you take those things away, I think he's still in there and they give him a mulligan for this year.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
It's a totality of all the events that have happened. Everything added together is just, what are we doing?
It's just.
I mean, at the end of the day, dog,
it's wins and losses.
When I was in New England, Bill used to always get his point across. Probably like every 2 weeks, he would go through all the news of the NFL and all the stupid shit like, guy having sex in a car, but his license is expired or his insurance isn't paid or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just the responsibility of it. And now that guy is a part of the Patriots, a part of whoever, and now you're in the limelight with that. And so he would point all those things out. And basically he would point them out to us to say, don't be these guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be this.
Don't let me read your name.
He always be like, I pay you enough. We pay y'all enough money. Make sure your registration is good. Make sure this is intact. So basically don't bring down the organization. Because one thing you know is you're not bigger than the organization.
Yeah.
You're not bigger than LSU. You not bigger than the Patriots. Like, this shit gonna be here, you gonna be gone. And the quicker you recognize that and know that and understand that, you know what? Let me understand and respect this shit that I've been given, that I've been handed. Of course you've worked for it, and you've been privileged to have it. So let me respect this and do exactly what I need to do because of this position that I'm in. And be accountable, be everything. And no, that man has not done that, dude, to date. And that's why, more than anything else, that you on the hot seat, that you fired. They're not going to say that on television when you're watching the TV show. They're going to put it on wins and losses. But at the end of the day, we all know from everything that we've been seeing, everything that we've been reading, everything, that even if you're not a doggone LSU diehard, you in the media, you in the news for the wrong thing at this school. So it's almost like you shitting on it. It's almost like you're making a mockery of it by being in this position. And I'm not saying a man don't work hard, he don't put in his hours and he don't do all that. But at the end of the day, no one's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's perfect. I'm not perfect, he's not perfect, no one's perfect. But at the end of the day, we all have a responsibility to what we do and what we sign up to do. And the responsibility that he's had to the LSU program and to these guys. And it's clear and it's present based on his actions and no one else's.
Yeah.
That it has not been respected after the championship season. After the championship. And it's clear that took a toll as well of acting like we've been there before. Acting like this is who we are, and not acting as if we're bigger than the program, university, institution, or anything else, because you're not. No one is.
Did it not seem like LSU played distracted tonight?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's case in point.
A lot of people were thanking you for reminding them to get their car registration updated.
Oh my
inside
God.
Inside of the chat.
Brother, it's 2018.
But that's a good story, man. I mean, because that's one of the best in the game, just kind of giving you a very
Patriot way.
simple reminder of be a pro.
Well, yeah, absolutely, man. And,
Be a pro.
And transition yourself. We all have new things that we have to deal with whenever you get in new situations. For Coach Ed Orgeron and that team, it was handling success. Greatest team ever in college football. Greatest coach ever with that team in college football. Greatest quarterback, greatest OC, greatest offensive lineman. It's a lot to overcome, dog.
Absolutely.
It's a lot to not get that I'm big stuff type of thing. You know what I mean? It's hard for you not to get the big head. It's hard for you. And most importantly, dog, it's hard for you to go back to work the same way.
Yeah.
You feel me?
It's
It's
good.
hard for you to have that same drive
Yeah.
and hunger. That's why I respect Tom Brady. That's why I respect Belichick. That's why I respect the Aaron Rodgers. That's why I respect all these guys that year in and year out, they gear it up the same way, if not a different way. Because, dog, it's hard to say, man, I don't want to. I might want 3, you know.
I'll take this Thursday off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's hard. Tom been to 10. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's why I said, like, I respect that, because that's a whole different animal. That's a whole different drive. That's a whole different everything. So when you see someone that's had that success, like the LSU team, the Joe Burrow, the Air Jordan that year, and now a year later, a couple years later, you
gone.
look at, but I ain't even talking about like on the field. I'm just talking about just look at how different your whole situation is
Yeah.
after that. Know what I mean?
They're rudderless.
Like, look at your whole situation. Everything's changed. Look how many times you've been in the media and haven't been in the media comparable to that for positives.
Yeah.
Positive. You know what I mean? It's all that. So for me, it's you have to learn and know, and it's gonna probably take a couple times for you to really understand and handle real success. You know what I mean? Like, it was hard. I can't even imagine dealing with that. Now you on buses, you on commercials, you on everything. You know what I mean? So it's all that. And I just think that somewhere along the lines, it got lost.
Well, Coach O was so used to having a Burrow to be a leader. Max Johnson wasn't ready for that mold yet. He started 7 games.
Yeah.
Like, you can't step in and be that guy like that. Like, Joe Burrow took an entire season for him to get there. Like, it seems like Coach O needs that, just like 1A, 1B. Like, all right, this guy's saying the message that I want to send. Max Johnson's not there yet. He's a great player,
Shit.
but he's not.
Think he done?
Calzada's hurt.
Hey, let me tell you though.
Who's after that? They don't have anybody
I
else
don't
on the
know.
roster.
The thing about it is, I don't think that they ever they put much thought into a rookie play caller
And a rookie quarterback.
and a rookie quarterback, and not only that, a new system with all young performers. That offense is young as shit.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody
Yeah, it
outside.
is.
That offense is young. Just think about even the offensive linemen. Like, since they've been switching in and out and bumping in, you got redshirt sophomores sprinkling. Like, this is the thing. If they were to have these guys go through these growing pains this year, there would be, damn, Jimbo lost another one?
He lost another one. He just looked at him and was asking me, "Y'all, I can't believe y'all.
Gave him the Jameis
Man,
Winston
like-
look. Are you dressed out?
Are you kidding me? No way this is
Look
happening."
at
man.
Jimbo. He's like, what? Are you a
Get him
joke,
back.
boy?
Tape it up.
Shoot him up.
Yeah, get him back. Get him
How,
back.
can you play?
Where's that CBD?
Blake Boast, freshman,
CBD.
zero snaps taken under center. Eli Stowers, freshman.
He was at fucking Yell Night last night.
Oh,
He's not trying to play
gosh.
football.
Against Bama.
I wonder if there's enough time on this clock. 3 minutes. This guy's
It's a tie ball
This
game.
guy's asshole is about as tight. You can't fit a sewing pin in 14's ass right now.
How you like my new offense?
Hey, Boast, grab your helmet.
Take a knee.
Me?
Hey, look what he said. For what, coach?
Yeah, you.
For what?
You want me?
Y'all kicking a field goal?
For what, coach?
What a bug.
You're up
Who are we playing?
for tonight.
Hey,
Today? Right now?
look, And his teammates are like, shit.
Oh, fuck. They're putting Boast in. We're screwed.
Who's no, the teammates say, who's Boast?
Yeah, right.
He's on scholarship.
Hey, who's 14?
It was 14.
Oh, he's lefty.
Oh,
Dude.
no.
Look, he's making a sign of the cross.
Like he got the stash, though.
I would sell my soul to be safe.
And
Look,
what is 13?
13 saying, better you than me, bro. Good look out there. You're going to get your ass knocked
They
off.
could have called either number. They said 14, bro. It's you. Oh, no.
What about the University of Kentucky playing Colin Baton Rouge in the stadium?
It's a disaster.
At the end of the game, they're playing Colin Baton Rouge.
See, that's
dude.
what I'm telling you, dog. It's all.
Wow, dude, he kicked that thing through the goalpost.
Dude.
I mean, they're going to chew up all the
It's the
clock and
same
kick a
as
field
the
goal,
prank
right?
caller pranking Coach Orgeron.
We're a laughing stock.
What you say that, J-Boy?
Hey, boy! The last caller will overtake.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Hey, Coach, I don't want to be a bad older brother.
That was.
I got to say, before I get to special teams.
What's the name?
Baby.
Oh, baby. Not a thought there. They might be fucking with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They might be screwing with me a little bit.
Where's she at?
I know her name. Where you at, baby?
Baby, where you at?
Well, Coach, she's 20 and blonde. Please don't try to bang her.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
No.
Come on. Actually,
Chris
tried
Blair,
to save him.
he tried to save him. Here's a life vest.
he threw the life vest.
There's a
Coach
life
O'Reilly
vest.
ate it.
Blair tried to save him, dog.
He was out.
Yeah.
He was out.
Hey, keep
And now he's
keep
out.
your life chest.
He told him. Jimbo walked all the way in the in the tent.
Hey, Calzada, come on, baby. I gotta have you, man.
Can I see
It
Bone?
can't
Are
be-
you
it
okay?
can't be that bad,
Tape
huh?
it.
Hey, Jimbo, don't worry about it. You ain't gonna need him.
Nah, yeah, they about
game's
to,
cooked,
they about
yeah.
to wrap this thing
About
up,
to wrap
Jimbo.
this up, baby. That's my guy too.
They about to kick this field goal
Watch
with
them
1
get
second
that. Watch
left.
this New England 3-minute offense.
Ooh, bro, you gotta pick that ball up, young.
Terrible throw though. On that to
You forget he's a freshman in A&M,
Ooh,
which is
young?
100,000 strong. Like,
Ooh,
he looked a
young?
little rattled early. Yes.
It's
Oh, you
loud
gotta
of it.
catch
Oh, you
that.
gotta catch that,
Oh, you
19.
gotta catch
That's the
that.
second one he's dropped.
Oh yeah, you gotta catch that.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
a bad throw.
No, that's not a bad throw. You
No,
gotta
no,
catch
you
He
gotta
wanted to
catch
eat it right
No,
there?
no, you gotta
Yeah,
catch
catch
that. He stopped
I
him from
can't
running
see
to
it.
that safety. He got to catch that.
Yeah, you gotta
That's a
catch it.
Terrible freaking drop. He got to catch that. Bombs away, touchdown.
Place is rocking.
That place is loud. As much shit as I give
yeah,
them because
them
you
loud,
have to,
bro.
whatever I saw last night was bizarre.
And
The yell practice is weird.
Oh, yeah, it's weird. It's cult-like up there.
It's
for
cold.
sure.
They're drinking the whole milk.
Oh, he
Oh,
tipped that.
Oh,
I got
God. It's
tipped.
getting kind of tight.
4th and 9.
Oh, that
Do you
boy
go for it
coming
or
in.
kick it?
No,
Fourth
they
and
punting.
9.
They punting.
You got to
Oh,
punt it. You punt it, right? Because of the quarterback situation.
Fourteen's
they
got
punting.
it. 14's got to play.
Yeah, you got to play. They punting. He might.
Yeah.
He might win it
You can.
if he wants to become a
What?
legend.
Dude,
What
slay.
a story.
If
He's
he
trying
wants
to run
to
the China
become a
route. He's
legend-
trying to
story.
run the. He's trying to run the route.
If he
Here
wants
we
to
go.
become a
Look-
legend.
Okay,
look at him.
Calzada. They
Oh,
shot
he
him
back?
up.
They shot him up.
Does it work that fast?
Jimbo.
Oh yeah, baby.
Jimbo went in there.
Kind of want one.
Hey, Calzada, I got 100K for you.
It's like,
You
better-
get that knee right.
You never speak a
Give
word
him what
about
he
this
wants.
ever again.
You give him what he damn wants.
Whatever he wants.
Give him what he wants. And I
I
mean
gave
it.
my all for A&M.
Oh.
like Rivette recruiting a DB.
Actually signed to a multi-year extension.
No, don't talk about my boy Jay Rivera. He watching right now. He's listening. He just texted.
We love you, Rivette.
I've never laughed harder. The back of my skull hurts.
We love you. Miss
And
old Rivette.
look, he texted me. He said, "It's on now." I said, "Yes." He said, "That's not you." I thought he was watching Moscona. He said, "Thought it was you." Can't watch T-Boy. T-Boy.
T-Bob.
Bob,
He put T-Boy.
J-Boy.
That's my boy.
Hey, J-Boy.
That's my boy. That's who's on tonight, T-Bob.
T-Bob.
That's
T-Bob
my man,
is
Rivera.
good.
Hey, listen. Man, that's my guy Josh, man. We went out and got some good reds.
Yes.
Caught some great fish.
Shit, we ate good today.
We blessed y'all with it today. That's my guy.
We ate good today.
Josh Rivera at LSU. Great,
I'll tell you
home
one
builder,
thing.
man.
One thing.
Good home
Yeah,
builder.
Josh Rivette. One thing we hadn't talked about. Keyshawn Butte left the game on the cart.
Did
It's
it?
over.
Yes.
I ain't see him leave on the cart.
Oh yeah. Second half.
I must have been cooking.
Foot, ankle, Achilles,
Oh,
something didn't look
Lord.
right.
Pop.
Nothing torn, huh? Popped
He
anything?
left on the cart.
I'm
He left
checking.
on the cart.
I'm checking.
Left on the cart. Would you talk to Dave Aranda
About what?
the head job?
No.
No.
Nah, dog. Like, Coach Aranda was he's a very good coach. Let me not take anything away from him. But I don't know if Coach Aranda is an SEC coach. Well, what happened, Liz?
There's so I followed a doctor that used to work in the NFL, and he goes, I pray to God for Keyshawn Butte, I pray to God his Achilles is okay.
Oh no.
And he does this like constantly. He's always updating on injuries and stuff. It's David Chow, who's a former Chargers doctor, and he's usually right. Like he's like 98% right when he sees an injury because he used to diagnose them on the field. And he's like, I'd hope that Keyshawn Butte's
It didn't look right.
okay. It looked bad.
It didn't look right.
It looked like he popped it.
It didn't look right.
Sorry. That's bad news.
That is bad news. I hate that for Keyshawn.
Because that's like
he's out of bounds.
That's an 8-month thing.
Yeah. Not a year. I mean, 8 months. Yeah.
I mean, because you got to get the hire right if they fire him, which I feel like probably feels okay to say now. You got to get somebody in there to make him come back.
Who?
Butte.
Nah, you don't need him to come back.
You
don't need him to come back. You got 6 of them.
Nah, dude,
you don't need him.
And you
to
know
come
what?
Back.
And you know it's over.
You don't need him to
No,
come
I'm not
back.
talking about this year. I'm talking about next year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't need.
He ain't playing this year. He's done.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Is he draft eligible?
No.
Oh,
but that's what I'm saying. Don't you want him back next year?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
He'll
he
be
gonna
back.
come back. He ain't
He'll
going
be back.
nowhere.
He's 20, bro.
He ain't going nowhere.
His body's gonna heal like.
Yeah,
I mean,
he'll be fine.
He's a high level athlete.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
You go get an offensive
Achilles
guy.
ain't the same as he was.
You go get a Lane Kiffin. You go
He'll
get
be
an
fine.
offensive play caller. Shit,
Man, that's what I'm
saying.
Keyshawn Butte win the Blitnikoff next year.
Yeah,
Don't
he'll
you
be fine.
don't you kind of cater that for somebody
Nah,
like because he
nah.
can sit the year out.
That's 1 year,
No,
bro.
if he sit out, he'll be an idiot.
Yeah.
If he
gotta
sits
play.
out, he'll
Because
be
they
an
got to
idiot.
see him play after.
Yeah, you
it.
gotta
Yeah,
play.
he'll be an idiot.
You
if he
gotta
sits
play,
out.
bro.
He'll be fine.
And he's gonna play.
Yeah, he's gonna play.
He wants to.
Yeah, he's
Look, the
he's
kid
covering
runs over on
special teams.
kickoffs.
He's covering
Exactly.
punts.
He runs out on kickoffs. He'll be. I ain't worrying about Boutique.
That's a brutal blow.
Yeah, I hate that, man.
Uh-oh. Look at your boy. Turn up!
Wow, bro. He was just in the tent.
He's
They got
playing
some
on
good drugs out there.
Yeah,
man.
he's playing on
Yeah,
sheer
right
Toradol.
I'm
Shit.
trying to tell you, they got some good drugs out
I
there.
mean, he
bud.
looks 2 steps faster.
He look
Give it to me
he got
every
a little,
game.
got a little shot in them, don't he?
There's playmakers. He's never played that good.
This is a game of his life for sure.
All he
If
needs is a
this-
field goal.
If this upset happens, this has been the wildest year in college football.
Pick.
Don't want that. Stops the clock. Please make sure and hit the like and share button for us. Hit that thumbs up, thumbs down. Just all your interaction. We appreciate it. Share, comment over here on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We good there? JordyCulottaShow.com. Roe here breaking it down. Obviously a very embarrassing night for LSU. They were bullied in Lexington versus Kentucky. Lost the game 42-21. Just one of those program losses that you'll look back on for a long time. That's probably going to be a pivot point for LSU. This is probably going to be a fork in the road. That could be it right there. With a first down pickup inside a field goal territory.
Their kicker is
For Texas A&M.
squeezing his nuts.
Oh, yeah. Just please score a touchdown.
Please score.
Please score a touchdown.
They in range right now, though.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what
good.
I'm saying.
He's good.
Can't get any closer, though.
No. Tick, 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 tick.
Tick, tick, tick.
Alabama called timeout right here.
Saban. Coach Saban think about that flawless record.
No, because you don't want them to throw
Yeah,
it. You
that
let
Jim-
them run
against
it
them,
out.
That Jimbo record, that
Jimbo
against the
0-4.
assistants,
Yeah, Jimbo 0-4.
lifetime undefeated against his
Is he really
assistants.
undefeated?
Undefeated.
Hell yeah, he like 32-0.
Yeah, shit, I think it's like 42-0.
Some shit like
it's
that.
crazy.
Jimbo would be the first one to
can't
beat him
throw
if
it.
he.
Oh,
that's
no.
A,
Back.
that's
What
a
are you
pick.
doing?
Oh no!
That's a pick.
I mean, dude. Oh, that's a terrible call.
Terrible call.
They're going to pick that
That's a
up.
terrible call.
That's a terrible call, dog.
That game one. That ball wasn't
That's
catchable.
a game
Oh,
winner.
shit.
That's a terrible call.
That-
Hell no, he ain't do nothing. Bad call.
How was A&M doing this? They looked awful last week.
They were looking ahead. They were looking ahead. They were trying to get here. They've been talking about this game since.
Last year.
Yeah, I mean. Oh man.
Man, the That's a bad call.
It was a bad call. I mean, that thing was
They don't know
5
what to do
yards
on
on the
that
throne
thing,
from
yeah.
him.
But if you're
Tell you
looking for
what,
the ball, you
24
take it
and 0.
off.
I'm gonna tell you what,
24 and
though,
0
that damn
Saban.
Windemeyer is a player.
Yeah, he is. He's top 15 pick.
Yeah, he's the first tight end off the board, if not the first receiver.
Alabama just got the first 2022 #1 rated tight end. He just committed yesterday.
Well, you just run it twice in the middle of the line, huh?
Oh yeah.
I would be terrified to do that.
Nah, get this thing down to 1 second, call timeout, and get the hell out of here.
I'm still nervous if I'm the kicker.
Bro, you can play hero tonight.
Burn that thing,
There you go.
Jimbo.
Here we go, Jimbo.
You got a couple voicemails
Jimbo
waiting.
might have saved his damn season with this win.
He might have.
He might get a phone
He
call.
could lose the rest of them.
Yeah.
This one got him straight now.
Oh, no.
Lord, he want to hug.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Here we go right here.
You ice him?
Wow, so he's beat Jimbo the
I
most.
told you that 4 times.
Kiffin 0-2, Kirby Smart 0-3,
Dooley.
Derek Dooley.
Dudes.
Orange
What color pants
pants.
did he have at LSU?
Lord have
Jeez.
mercy. The dudes. Derek Dooley.
Derek
Lord,
Dooley.
boy, that guy there.
How much did you listen to him?
Dooley?
Uh-huh. None?
I never had the privilege. Never had to.
Never had the
Never
privilege.
had to. Never had to. He was, I mean, let me tell you something. He was cool as ice water, boy.
I bet.
That was a slickster there.
I
boy.
bet. Salesman
dudes.
boy.
The dudes. Hey, baby.
Ooh,
Hey,
ice
Ro,
water.
baby. Who's with you today, baby? Who is that? Something's wrong with that cat, man. Coach Dooley.
He fooled a bunch
47
of
missed this shit. He gonna get his
Oof.
ass
Oh.
kicked.
He
Ooh,
Woo!
Ooh, he pulled it back.
Goodness gracious. What a win. What a win for Jimbo.
That's a big win for Jimbo.
That is a big
might have-
win. Go ahead and storm the field, Aggies.
Coach Saban don't like that shit, boy.
He can't. He's so happy they lost.
Who is that? Just a pop.
That's my brother, Sean.
That's Lloyd's
Okay,
brother.
that's your brother.
Rohan, Sean.
What's up, Sean?
What do you mean? My high school hero? Man of the year?
Man of the year.
What's happening?
Oh, loss.
Look, Jimbo, he's
It's a
showered.
win and a
Look
loss.
at Jimbo.
Is
We
that-
made it.
Good
Is
for
that bad that
man.
Jimbo just lost? Is he on the register?
No,
No.
You don't
We
think
can't-
Scott makes a
We
call?
can't-
no.
we can't-
Our payroll.
Can't afford him.
we can't afford Jimbo.
Can't afford him, man. Can't
Jimbo
afford
ain't
him.
leaving 75 million.
No. 90 million.
That's what it is. 90.
Yeah, 90 million. That thing
What
was
75 guarantee.
Guaranteed with no buyout.
Jimbo a monster.
But Scott's calling.
wrong.
Scott did put it together. You're right.
There's no way he didn't make a phone call.
Hey, it looked like that thing was tailing left.
It was.
They wanted
man.
to, and it faded back right.
He pulled the
was.
string on that baby.
What a win.
Come in, come out, do whatever you
It's
want.
so sweet against Saban too.
Yes, it is. Look at him dumping. He's getting the Gatorade. What a night. They ain't sleeping in College Station tonight,
Oh,
man.
he ain't sleeping either.
They ain't sleeping in College Station
What do they do for
tonight.
fun? They give another yell practice.
Nick.
Look
Nicky.
at Saban.
He loves it. He can't.
Go
He's so
shake
happy
this
they
idiot's
lost.
hand.
Yeah, right.
Your dumb
Right.
glasses, Jimbo.
Now he got to talk shit to me in the off season.
The first one ever.
First former assistant. That's 0 and
That's
24.
crazy.
0 and 24.
Now they're 1 and what?
25.
Yeah.
1 and 24.
That's crazy, dude.
All right, Ro, you heading to
Good for
Natchez
him.
tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, we're
Talking
gonna chop it
NFL.
up,
What's
me and Jimmy,
what's
dog.
what's an NFL game that looks anything popping tomorrow? Saints.
Who's playing tomorrow?
Let me,
Liv?
give me 1 second.
Saints and Saints are in Washington.
Who the Saints got?
They're
Washington.
playing a football team.
That was minus
The
1.5.
Washington football team
Um,
-1. Saints
I
on
feel
the
like
road.
Saints are gonna slaughter them.
Who's back for the Saints? Is Thomas back?
No.
No, not yet.
Shit.
Not Teron Armstead's back.
Toronto.
What
That's
scares
why
you
get
about
left
the
tackle
Reds?
back.
Their defense.
The Washington
Their
fo-
defensive
but they haven't
front.
been good
Their
this
It
year.
defense.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're still always a
At
threat.
any
It's fucking
time, at
first
any
round
time,
Chase
they're too
Young's
good.
terrifying.
Yeah.
They're too good. What's the NFL
I stay
slate
away from
tomorrow?
that.
I got you. I
I
got
stay away from that.
What?
The Washington and New Orleans spread.
Yeah.
you. It's too low.
Look, here they come, man. They partying in College Station tonight.
Woo. A lot of soaking.
12th man,
That
baby.
place is so bizarre.
It is. It's a fantasy world, bro.
12th man, baby. Look at them. They lose.
Got him.
Wow.
All right, we start off early, 8:30 a.m. Jets Falcons in London,
Gross.
mate. Not watching it.
Spread.
Only way I'd watch
Oh,
that
you
game
want
is
spread?
What's the spread on that?
Okay, let me go spread. I got 1% battery.
Spread on
All
that.
right, all
What?
right, give me 1 second.
In London.
47.
Falcons,
47. The kicker.
they lose.
Getting laid tonight, boy.
Everybody.
Get out to
I'm on
the
team.
bars. Yeah, right.
Everybody.
Everybody's number 47 in the bar.
I'm the 12th man.
Everybody. Everybody.
I
It's
hope it
Ooh.
works like that.
one of those nights for everybody, man.
Walk on. Jersey, no jersey.
Oh, man, everybody. This is a night for everybody. This is one of them nights of those guys that walked on and came
Yeah.
on. This is what they dream about right here.
That's it.
Oh, I'm talking about
I'm an
they're
Aggie football
They're
player.
never taking their
I'm on
jersey
the
off.
team.
Yeah.
They're going to make sure they don't take no showers. They're going to keep that dirt on their face, the dirty
I
wristbands.
smell like football.
Oh, yeah. Cologne. The grass is my cologne tonight, baby. They in there. Bruh,
That's A&M to a
They going
T.
wild.
look at it.
That's the biggest win of A&M's life.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'd say since the last Alabama win.
It's a great win for them, especially the way they was going on the season.
That's unbelievable.
You know what I
to me.
mean? Like
Yeah.
that's a South. Now that could you go on a run now.
Yeah.
You know you done beat.
Yeah, that'll get-
Alabama.
that'll get you going.
Absolutely,
That'll get you going.
Absolutely.
Who's Alabama got next week?
Doesn't matter.
Bet against them.
Whoever they have next
Take
week,
Alabama.
Take Alabama.
They gonna beat them by 100.
Lord have mercy.
That's what I'm saying. He
Thank
wanted them
God
to
it
lose.
ain't us.
Probably like Mississippi State, somebody
Whoever
like
it
that.
is, they
Somebody's
gonna-
about to get their skull dragged.
Right, I was just about to say.
I mean, just
yeah, they about to get
abused.
really. Yeah, man, it's about to be one of those things that you just can't watch. You know,
Mississippi
just can't
State.
watch. Oh yeah.
It's about to be
Is
a
it
bloodbath.
Mississippi State?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
That's how that's gonna go down.
LSU has Florida 11 a.m.
Bill Jenkins asked, "Can Rohan talk about the last season of Jerry DiNardo? This feels very similar to it."
Jerry D. Well, he has a point. He has a point, a very good point, because similar to what's going on with the guys in the locker room, and similar to what's going on with the respect that these guys have lost based on how the players were being treated, privy to not this year but last year. It's actually the same way we felt about Coach DiNardo when going through that year before he got fired, with the constant belittling and putting down us as athletes and players and things of that nature, which was going on also with the Bo Pelini era, with how him talking to the defense and all that, and after the championship, and these coaches just feeling like, you know, they're the reason why this is going on, and they're the reason why the program is where it is or going to where it's going, and not giving the players the respect that they deserve. And so in that retrospect, it felt similar the same there. And also, you know, with in my time, it was more, you also had a quarterback controversy and things like that between Josh and I. And the constant revolving door of coaches is also a similar thing that was going on at the time. So it's very similar in the feel also of when change is coming and you know that something just needs to be done just to change the direction and trajectory of where we're going. So something is definitely coming.
Yeah. It feels like it's coming very soon. From my opinion, I haven't talked to anybody that is close to the situation that officially said that. It just feels like you have to do something before it gets that much worse on the football field, which is going to create such a big divide between this class of 2022. If you don't have somebody lined up to take this thing over with enough time to recruit towards what next season is going to look like, because I got to imagine that the transfer portal is about to be flooded with people from LSU. So it's going to be it's going to be interesting to see just how that is handled by LSU. Close that door. Hit that door.
Boy.
Yeah, he talking to you, brother.
So it's going to be. You got to have this thing ready to go, man.
Aren't you concerned about what did they do from now? Like if it's not Steve Ensminger, what is it? Like how do you not wait for?
I think it's got to be Steve Ensminger.
Do you not wait for Woodward to have a hire lined up because you have to do some sort of right? You have to have this thing set up, right? I got him. Don't you have to have it like set up? Like it has to be kind of like a presidential change where you have somebody in line.
Nah.
Like Woodward's not going to make a move until he has somebody.
No, you don't have to have anybody in line to put in the interim. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah. Like what is
Yeah.
it like? Does he not make a change
Well,
until he has
Woodward doesn't
somebody?
do
Nah,
interims.
hell nah. You don't have to have a coach in waiting or have a coach. Like you say, he has a list.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have a coach.
That's why Ensminger's back around. I mean, I'm telling you. that's
Honestly-
why.
They talked about moving to the booth last week.
No, they put him in interim. That's why they got him back around.
Yeah, you don't have to have someone lined up, man. Like, you got to understand that, like, sometimes when you have a coach that is getting prank called,
Dude, that was
is
the worst thing I've ever heard.
being disrespected openly at his very own show, and you have a quarterback that's looking at you strangely when you come in the huddle because he's now again not getting the plays in fast enough for him to do his job. Like, and your dad is who your dad is. Speaking of Johnson, and you're used to and you know how an offense and a football team is supposed to run with the efficiency that it's supposed to be ran with. It's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Honestly, so there's no at this point there's no room
Remedy.
to say I'm gonna wait for this and wait for that. No, the best thing to do is get the ball rolling, get the guy out the
Yeah.
position that he's
Well,
into.
there's also a
the
lot of
interim
jobs
is,
open.
sit him there and let him go. It's time for you to in that part of the relationship, man.
It's gonna be I think it's coming fast. It'll be a swift move, and I think Ensminger will be set in place, and I think that they'll have their guy sooner rather than later because Scott
to, right,
Woodward
because-
understands the importance of recruiting
Right.
and what it means, and also
I mean, this
the
class
power
is huge.
structure of the SEC
Changing.
is about to change big time with the addition of Texas and Oklahoma, and LSU, holds a pretty nice seat at the table right now, and they're going to lose a lot of their equity when they come in, and if you don't have the right guy in place to lead you, I think Kentucky was a great
Barometer.
was a great barometer of where you're headed.
It's a game of
tonight.
musical chairs.
And Kentucky looked like they're heading in the right direction, and LSU was sliding again. It looked like the announcers pointed out tonight. LSU is entering Hell's Kitchen of their schedule. I mean, it is. You leave here tonight, you go home to play Florida. You're back home to play Ole Miss. You take a break and play Alabama. Then you got to play Arkansas. Then you got to play Texas A&M.
How do you watch?
I mean,
I've never seen an LSU team play like that before.
It's going to be.
In 20 years, I've never seen an LSU team play like that.
It's gonna be hell here over the next couple of weeks. They're gonna have to make a change because of that. Because on the football field, it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. All right, bro. Have a good trip to Natchez tomorrow, bro.
Absolutely, bro.
And then,
Who we gambling on? You want spreads?
Yeah, give it to
Yeah,
me,
what's
baby.
the
Who we
deal
got?
tomorrow?
Guess your
Who we got on tomorrow?
Who we got? NFL.
Bring
All
them
right.
up, baby.
We got Jets Falcons 2.5.
at 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's
That's
in
what time
London.
I'm going,
And
9:30?
Jets plus 2.5.
No.
Nope. Okay. Patriots Texans.
If I just pick
Ugh,
that game, I would
gross.
take Atlanta. Actually, if I
Patriots,
take Atlanta and the
Texans.
Jets,
Money line?
I'd say I'd take Atlanta money line. Definitely take Atlanta money line if I was going to bet on that game. Who you
If you're
got?
betting on that game, you're in trouble.
No, you're not.
Atlanta. Hey, Atlanta's covered the last 2 weeks.
Stafford. I mean, Matt Ryan's still not bad, but he folds. like a cheap
Atlanta's
suit.
covered. Yeah, but Atlanta's covered the last couple weeks, and,
He-
and he's played well. Yeah, Atlanta's covered. Who else we got?
Patriots Texans
He gets sacked
7.5.
more than David Carr.
Patriots, Texans are in a
They're
spiral.
they're
spin.
garbage.
I would definitely take the Patriots
gonna have
with
the
that
number-
money line. That
they'll
one
have the
also.
number
What's the
one pick.
over under on that one?
That's what I'm looking up right now.
I would definitely take the Patriots with that one. Shit, the first two you gave me
Bro,
is
you
easy,
under guy?
baby.
You go under guy?
Depending on who's playing.
All right. You like the numbers.
Yeah, I like the numbers.
All right.
All right, next one up, Dolphins Bucks plus Dolphins getting 10.
That's
Dolphins
a lot of
who?
points.
Dolphins
That's
and
a lot
Bucks.
in the
Oh, I'll
NFL.
take the
That's a lot-
Bucks.
That's a lot of points.
I mean, it's
Cover?
Jacoby Brissett again.
I'll take
huh?
the Bucks. I'll take the Bucks. Yeah, points.
It's 2 possessions. Eagles Panthers.
Dolphins, Bucks.
I'm taking the Bucks too.
Yeah,
I'm
take
with
the
you.
Bucks.
That's a 10-point teaser with the
Covering the 10?
Yes.
10's a lot.
10 is a lot.
The Dolphins.
Where's that
stink.
game at?
In Tampa?
Yeah, I'm taking
Is
the Bucks.
Brissett starting?
Yeah,
I'm
Brisket's
taking
back
the
out there.
Bucks. I'm
Brisket.
taking the Bucks. I'm taking
Jacoby
the Bucks.
Brisket.
Jacoby
taking the
Brisket.
Bucks.
Eagles Panthers. Eagles plus 3.
Eagles, Panthers.
I like the Panthers there.
plus 3.
Me too.
Eagles plus
We
3.
all
I
love
like
the
the Panthers there
Panthers.
too.
This is
And
Joe
it's at the
Brady fan.
I like the
yeah.
Panthers there too. I like the Panthers there
Sam
too.
Darnold's been awesome.
Hey,
with
yeah,
Brady.
Sam, yeah.
Yeah, they've
But
been
see,
playing good.
I
like-
knew Sam was gonna be all
Yeah.
right though.
Get him in a good
Big,
system.
yeah, he has a big arm.
Yeah.
He has a bigger arm than
And
Joe.
he's like Joe Brady.
It's
He's
quick.
like Joe Burrow light.
No, yeah, no. I like Sam Darnold.
I
like
might actually take
I
that
like
one.
Sam Darnold in that offense.
Yeah, he's
Why-
been great.
I hated him in New York.
Lions, Vikings,
Well,
Lions plus
dude,
10.
Adam Gase lost his shit.
He's still lost. I
I'll
don't know
take
where
it.
he is.
See, I take Detroit with that one. They got Minnesota plus 10.
Eating kneecaps.
Yeah, Minnesota plus 10. Where's that game?
No, yeah. Minnesota minus 10
Where's that game?
in Minnesota. It's a stay
from
away.
it. Stay away from it.
Titans, Jaguars. Titans minus 4.5.
I take the Titans after last week. Titans got
Do
their
you
ass
understand
kicked
what
last
happened
week.
at that club?
Jaguars.
The booty hole.
The booty
Oh
hole.
yeah.
How do you talk to him again?
How do you go
You
into a
don't.
team meeting
You don't.
unless you're brutally honest?
You don't.
Or you just doesn't even matter. Or you don't look at him.
Come
like,
on. Next game. Come on.
That's it.
Come on.
I mean, this thing's already
Turn
dead.
this guy's
yeah.
mic off, for God's
Oh
sake.
my God. He's done. He's cooked. All right. We got Titans, Jaguars, Broncos, Steelers. I think okay, we're gonna get to the real crux of this thing, and the last pick I want to make:
Wide open.
Packers, Bengals.
Joe B.
Is that the game of the day?
Joe B, baby.
What time is that game?
12 o'clock.
Joe B, baby.
Where's it at?
Bengals catching 2.5 at home. By the half
Bengals?
point.
Oof.
You're cut. You're cut.
Ugh.
Yeah, you're cut.
Yeah, you're cut.
The last lost 3.
You can't
You're
talk.
cut.
Yeah,
It don't matter.
yeah.
Turn him off, Liz. I know that's your
He
brother. He ain't gonna
is.
whoop you.
Turn the light off over there.
He is. He's cooked.
That's gonna be a great one.
Bengals. Yeah,
Who
that
else?
gonna be a
Who
good
else is
one.
tomorrow? Bengals, Packers. That's
That's the last one we'll do.
That's the top
Bengals,
pick.
baby.
That's the top
Bengals.
pick.
Bengals. But I'm biased.
money line.
Do not take me on that. I'm just I'm Joe B biased. You know that. Can't bet against my dog.
afternoon slate. 3:25.
Saints, Washington football team.
Oh, that's a 3:30 game.
Hey, what's the
It's
over?
at 12 o'clock. That's the last 12
Liz,
o'clock
what's
game.
the over under on the Bengals?
They're not giving me over-unders on this. They're just giving me the points. My phone's dead.
What's the points?
They're not giving me that. I know. Saints, Washington football team. Saints minus 2.5. I think that's the Saints clean-up game. Like, it might be a blowout.
Get right.
Yeah. They're good.
Yeah, they are good.
The
They're
defense is phenomenal. And then we go to the afternoon slate. Bears, Raiders. Bears catching 5. I think it might be a Bears pick.
Is that one in Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think that matters.
I kind of like Vegas.
I think he's done. He does it every year. Every year he does 3 games where he puts all of his plays out there. And then after, he busts his nut too early.
I'm cut off.
I've earned this respect.
Yeah, right. We're paying him.
Browns, Chargers, which I think is a phenomenal game.
That
Who got
defense, that defense against that
Browns
offense,
catching 2.5.
that Browns defense versus that Chargers offense is going to be a great matchup.
I take the Chargers there.
Yeah, I love
I
the
take
Chargers.
I think it's going to be a Browns. They're going to run the ball, and they're just going to mash him and not give it to Herbert.
Who the hell? I was about to say, who the hell is A-Bear?
If he was he'd be a stud.
Herbert
Herbert.
is a stud.
Giants, Cowboys. Giants catching 7. I think the Cowboys
Gross.
will slaughter them.
Cowboys are legit.
Cowboys are good.
Cowboys are legit.
49ers, Cardinals, goal.
Diggs has played.
Cardinals are undefeated, right?
Yeah.
Minus 5.5.
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
Yeah.
Cardinals, Niners. Niners catching 5.5.
Trey
Trey
Lan-
Lance first start.
Trey Lance is starting.
Oh, yeah.
Niners catching 5.5. Trey Lance is starting. I can't wait to see him.
Me too. I love him.
I want to see him.
Big on him.
Hey, he's Patrick Mahomes' now.
Did you see some of those moves he made in the pocket?
Yeah, I want to see him.
Big old athlete.
Big old athlete.
But I'm
Big
taking
old
that. Where's
athlete.
that game at, Liz?
That'd be in Arizona.
I'm taking the Cardinals though.
Oh,
I'm taking.
I love
the Cardinals.
Kyler Murray, man.
Me too.
I
impossible
love
to guard.
Kyler Murray.
Me too.
I love him.
Me too.
Who's tomorrow night?
Bills Chiefs. What a game. Yeah, we need to find the over-under on that one.
Wow.
5.5.
70.
I like Buffalo
Bills.
in that game.
Me too.
Buffalo's
Me
defense is
too.
nasty.
Me too.
Buffalo catching
me
2.5. Tre'Davious White's the most underrated player in the NFL.
Why is it in KC?
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I was just about
So
to bring
good.
him up.
Because you don't watch
He's
it
really
because
good,
you don't
dog.
see him.
You never hear
They
from
got
from
4
him.
He's really good,
superstars
though.
on their defense.
You know, he's really good.
I mean, yeah, Tre'Davious White, no doubt.
He's really good.
What do you think about Josh Allen? He got it all, bro. He got it all.
Josh
Big,
Allen,
strong,
dog,
athletic.
that's the thing that surprised me about him is he's so big. But
So
the boy
big.
can move.
Yeah,
And you know what I like about him? He's a silent killer, man.
yeah.
He don't talk that shit, but you could look at him when he's talking to the guys in the huddle or even when he's on the sideline. You can tell the intensity in him and the competitive fire that burns within him. He's a very, very, very underrated player. I like Josh Allen, though.
Me too. Me too. I love Josh Allen. He's big, man.
So let me ask you this: when you think Coach O will be out?
I think he's out.
Tomorrow
I think he's
or
out
Monday?
in the next 48 hours. I think that there could be some move on it, just because I think they understand that the football thing is going to get worse before it gets better, and before it just becomes a total shit show. Really, I mean, where you think that the prank calls on the Wednesday nights are bad. You know, I mean, it's going to be. It's just this thing is snowballing so fast downhill against Ogeron that it's time to cut the bait. I mean, it's just time to cut. You know what I mean? You get back to the fishing hole, coach. You know, I mean, it's just it's time for LSU, and I think they understand it. I mean, it's gotten so. He looked defeated tonight.
Yeah, I know,
He
man.
looked.
You
He
ain't-
looked over.
He looked
Yeah,
like
you know what? You
he
didn't
looked
s-
like he knew if I lose this game, I'm gonna get fired.
No, you got a good point, man. Because even on the sideline, I every time they put the camera on him, you didn't see that same fire.
Yeah.
You didn't see that fire that you usually see from when guys coming off the field, when this and that. You did. It was a very subdued Coach Ed Orgeron
Even like in the
tonight.
pregame
Yeah.
interviews,
It looks
I
like you
mean,
know you've been broken up
He
with.
just like I mean I just
I have to be here.
this is over.
Yeah.
This is over.
And I hate
And
that because
It just and you could see his team responded like that. Like
they
it
tried
was
to get juice too. They were trying to play
shit,
hard.
man. That opening drive was going well until he fumbled.
And then that's
I mean,
what-
if you can get points there, whether it's 3 or 7, and
Changes
just
the
sit
tenor
them
of the
down
game.
and take their energy out of that place. That place was rocking tonight. I mean, that
All
place
night.
was a home field advantage for Kentucky.
It was a program changer.
Yeah.
That victory for everything that it felt, man. It felt like Kentucky's trajectory, like you pointed out, Liz, was 2 ships just passing each other by, and we've been on here for so long, and now we're here, and they've been here for so long, and now they're climbing, and we're just passing, and that's exactly what it looked like, and that's exactly how the game went. That's exactly how they treated us.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, they treated us like,
Stepchild.
you know, we know that you guys are and this
Reeling.
and that. Yeah,
It's all
so
reeling.
we ain't about to cut you no slack. We're about to knock your head off.
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
That game will be like they'll have pictures all over Kentucky's locker room plastered on the wall of LSU
the
colors, just
A&M
kicking the
cups,
shit out
yeah.
of them. But I think it's too far gone for LSU, and
Rather
that
now than later.
too many people know that the writing is on the wall, and that the administration knows it. And I think that it'll be a total overhaul of the program for a first time in a long time. I think that a lot of the people that have been there for a long time, it's going to be one of these like LSU baseball type hires, where you bring somebody totally in from the outside that comes in and says, I want my people, I want to do it my way, and
Change the culture.
I mean, absolutely.
You have to shed that skin because it feels old.
Every
Well,
20 years,
yeah.
you know.
Well, the thing about it is I'm not about to go and say, if you come into this program next year, whoever the coach is, you're not rebuilding.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's
You
ready
got
to
players.
win now.
You got players.
That's my thing. So the whoever comes in has to also have the expectations and know that I don't give a fuck about if you've never been here before or you signed this new deal. Your grace period isn't a real grace period. You know what I mean? Like, because you got guys here now that are ready to go and win now. So let's put a game plan together. Let's put a staff together that while we're teaching and learning, we're also winning. And if that's as simple as we run the football and we have 20 damn plays, then that's what we're going to do, play action, whatever we want to do. But it can't be somebody that's coming in here thinking they got 3 years to bring the program back to where it is, because the program ain't that far off from removed from winning the national championship.
Do they bring in a whole new staff? You don't expect to see Devontae Jones or Jake Peets next year?
I don't think you bring in a whole new staff.
No. I would keep Corey Raymond.
Oh no! I expect him to be there, but I'm saying like defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator.
Absolutely.
They're gone.
Absolutely.
The sunk money.
Absolutely.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, no. This
That's one check.
money is money is no object for something like that. Or I mean, it's gonna, this thing all in all is probably gonna cost about $20 million. You know what I mean? Like, you got to buy out the staff, you got to buy out you got to buy out the new coach, you got to pay the new coach
and new coordinators.
It's gonna be about a $20 million onset.
100.
No, it's not.
To get that many people back on, you have to fire all these people. You have to pay their buyouts, correct?
Yeah, but the assistant buyouts are not.
But then you have to hire new assistants.
Yeah.
What's the makeout?
They'll be all right.
Yeah,
Listen, they know about
they
this.
got the money.
They ain't worrying about that.
Oh, I ain't worried about the money.
They got the money.
Let's
they
just
got
get
the
the
money.
top fixed. They ain't worrying about
They
no
got
damn
the money.
assistants.
Yeah.
That'd be all right. Let's get the top fixed. You know what I mean? They're gonna retain the ones that's valuable, that need retaining. They'll be there.
Corey Raymond's not going anywhere.
All the ones that's repeating and got them gangsters coming in, they ain't going nowhere.
Mickey Joseph, Kevin Falk, Corey and Raymond.
They'll be fine.
They fine.
You know what I mean? It's the ones that's
Austin
calling
Thomas
plays
will
and
be
shit
there.
like that. Listen, Austin ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere. Mason Smith out of that recruiting
Everybody
department.
else will be gone before him.
Yeah.
Austin ain't going no damn.
No, he ain't going nowhere.
He's already done that. He didn't want to go anywhere else.
He went to the top. What you guys see?
He explored.
Have a good day tomorrow. If you make it by tomorrow night, hopefully we can get an update on
We on here
Kayshawn.
tomorrow.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, we on, baby.
Kayshawn will be here. We'll talk to BJ Ojolari and the crew. So, tough night for LSU. There could be news to report on tomorrow. If there is, we'll be live here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Thank you all for being out there. Make sure and like the post, share the post, comment on the post. Tough night for the Tigers. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about it.